Hey, and welcome to Waiting on the Most High. So, today I'm going to talk about just being authentic and taking off the mask. I've realized that a lot of times, a lot of us wear so many different masks, and it is important to filter who you are depending on where you are. Of course, you're not going to talk to your homegirls the same way you talk to your mom or your coworkers, but you always have to have a piece of yourself that's being genuine to who you really are. The issue with that is so many of us don't even know who we are. We're just going with the motions and not even trying to put in the work to find out who we are. And I know me personally, I've always struggled with people pleasing. I was the only child growing up around a bunch of adults. And I always got compliments about how sweet I was and how obedient I was and how much I paid attention and did what I was supposed to do. So it really became a habit, and I felt like I had to be a certain way in order to receive the type of attention that I was used to like receiving. And of course, that came into my adulthood, and I felt like I always had to like bend over backwards for everyone. It wasn't even just important people and the people that I actually had value in, it was like literally anybody. So, with that, I realized that I really could never be my authentic self because I was always trying to be what everyone else wanted me to be. And I went through a phase in my relationships, whether they were personal or work or whatever the case may be, to where I just kind of shut people out because I got tired of saying yes all the time. So now I'm learning, those healthy no's and learning how to express myself and figuring out what it is that I desire. And if a request is made for me, if it fits in those desires. But all of my relationships that I've had have created a space for me to feel like I had to be a certain way. Growing up with my mom, it was just me and her for a while. And of course, in school, I was expected to make straight A's. Like, if I made a C, I'm on punishment the whole 6 weeks, which was ridiculous. But, those are her rules. So it was cool. So I made sure that I projected a certain environment in school to where I excelled, but I never really liked school. But of course, if you're making straight A's, people think that you're putting in that effort because that's something that you want to do. I really didn't care. I was doing that for her. And later on, as relationships went on with guys, and of course, I got married super young. So I always felt like I had to be a certain way to keep him happy. Having a child young, I felt like I had to be a certain way to be a good mom. And it was just, I never took the time to look at myself and really figure out who was Charisma and how to maneuver through the things that life had given me and still be myself versus changing who I was to fit all the relationships that I had in my life. And finding myself now that I've realized this, and I don't know if I would have realized this had I still been married, but now for sure that I'm by myself, I've had so much time to really think and reflect on what it is I want, how I want my life to look moving forward. What can I do to cultivate those things, and paying attention to the people I surround myself around and learning how to say those healthy no's. Like, it's okay to say no. You don't have to be mean about it. And of course, you definitely don't have to shut people out. And I'm just taking the mask off and being who God created me to be. The thing with that is really trying to figure out what is my purpose. Like, what am I here for? And knowing that we're all here for different things. kind of like, they say that we're all a part of the body of Christ. So when you think of a human body, every body part has a specific function. And there are certain things that each body part does that's completely different from the other body part, but yet they're still connected. And it's the same way with all of us. Every single one of us has something that we're placed here for, and something that we're supposed to do that's specific to who we are, what it is we desire, what it is we can and cannot do. We can't do everything. So finding out what that is and really moving in that has really made a difference for me. I'm definitely happier. It's a lot going on and a lot of things that I have to learn to not allow to dictate my moods and how my day is. But generally speaking, there's so much joy in knowing what my purpose is and really moving in that and not trying to suppress it for money or for someone else's happiness, but just genuinely moving in that. And you'll be surprised the things that you attract when you just are yourself. And turning to God for that guidance instead of turning to yourself or your friends, because I had that really bad. I never really trusted my own intuition, which oddly enough is always right. And I know you're not supposed to use absolutes, but literally every time I feel something, it's usually what it is. It just happens. So for so long in my life, when I would feel something or I would have an urge to do something, I would seek everyone else's advice and ask everyone else their opinions about what it is I'm supposed to do. And 9 times out of 10, it just didn't work. But lately, when I have a desire to do something or I have an intuition or feeling about something that I should do, I go to God first. Whether it be a moment of prayer by myself or even just having a conversation. My kids think I'm crazy sometimes because I'll literally be walking around the house just talking. But I'm sorting through my thoughts, trying to figure out if the next move really is my best move. And taking that to God and allowing him to really show me what I should be doing. And sometimes we hear that and we're expecting some magical sign or just something crazy to happen. But if you just pay attention to how everything falls into place, whether it's really working out or whether you're having to constantly make changes and do things that are uncomfortable, just notice how things are working. And that's how you can know what it is he's showing you to do. Because everything's not going to be easy. And even when it's something that you're really supposed to be doing, sometimes it may be difficult and things may not fall into place the way you expect it to. And that just may be a test of your endurance or a test of your dedication to who it is you're trying to be. I've experienced that too. It's been things that I thought that I should have been doing. And I really felt like genuinely deep down that, hey, this is it. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is the best decision for me. But why does it feel so hard? Like, why is it not working out? And a lot of times it's not working out the way that you desire it to work out, but it's definitely going according to God's plan. So just being genuine and taking those things to him and understanding that everything's not going to go exactly the way you want it to go. And just leaning and trusting on him. It really makes a big difference. And one of my friends put me onto this song by Maverick City, Wait on the Lord. And in that song, it just really revealing the blessings that we have that come from the waiting period. So often we are looking for what's at the end or what's the destination or what we're going to get from our obedience. But there's literally so much that you gain in just being obedient. There's so much that you learn in just taking the time to genuinely wait on something. There's a scripture in Isaiah. I'm going to go to it and try to read it. Just about waiting and everything you gain from waiting. It's Isaiah chapter 40, verse 28 through 31. It says, have you not known? Have you not heard? The everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, doesn't faint, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has not might, he increases strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, and they shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. So literally, in your waiting, you gain strength. In your waiting, you get a renewed mind and a renewed spirit. You're not going to get that if you just get what it is you're looking to receive. You've got to put in the work to learn to be obedient, learn to listen, and just wait until it's your turn. Everybody's not going to get everything at the same time. And that's really been hard for me because I really felt like I had my life together for a while. Like I was married for 10 years. I felt like I was somebody because all my kids got the same dad. Like I was like, look, I'm good. I'm doing real good. And it's just like overnight, everything changed. And I think that's because there was nothing that I waited for. I just jumped and did everything all at once. And I feel stronger than I've ever felt. I feel wiser than I've ever felt. And I know it's because I'm in a waiting season. I'm in a period of what I desire. I know it's coming. There's no doubt about it. It's just being patient and being obedient in the waiting process. So I'm grateful for that. I'm learning through it. I'm learning to be more grateful. I know there's so much more that I'm not giving thanks for. I'm just not sure of how I can change that right now. And that's okay. Even if you're in a position where you're wondering like, I'm giving thanks. I'm grateful for this. I know that I'm waking up every morning, but trust me, there's so much around you, even in the midst of a storm, even in the midst of things not going your way. There's so much more to be thankful for than it is to complain about. And we just got to keep that in mind and keep pushing and just know that our waiting period is so much blessings there. Just don't overlook it, looking for the big blessing that you've been waiting on. So for my affirmations this week, I surrender myself to the Most High's will over my life. I am a divine creation deserving of every good thing. And I open myself to a renewed strength, mind, and heart while I wait to receive every good thing God has for me. Thanks a lot, and I'll see y'all next time.